Hello and welcome to another video. Today I'd like to show you a piece of software I've been writing that should help me with working and developing with the universal robots. This software is freely available on my Git, and I will show you how to launch it and how to use it. On the bottom left you can see my Explorer that is opened inside the Git repository, and this is also how you would see it on the website. In here you'll have the file that will open to Visual Studio. There's a project. If you want to do any modifications, be my guest, you can do that. If you just want to get to the project, you go inside this folder, inside the bin folder, and then you have the release folder, and this application, this executable, is the one that will launch the application that you can see on the top right. Now, in our virtual environment of the robot, let me just open that. We'll have to have a connection to the network, of course. And I'm connected to this one, 192.168.178.67. So here you can see I already set up the address as the server side, and on the left are our adapters. And we have to choose the correct adapter because otherwise maybe the Wi-Fi is trying to talk to something that's attached over Ethernet. So we choose the correct adapter, and you will hopefully recognize it by having the same subnet. And then we have two options. We have the dashboard server and we have the primary server. You can see that right now the robot is not booted up, so we'll load into the dashboard server, connect, you get a quick message, successfully connected, and also this button is now ticked, or this box is now ticked. So here we can see what we can do on the dashboard server. Down here we can see the status updates. So right now the robot mode is in powered off, so let's hit it power on, and you can see it changed to idle. Also in the virtual environment it is now idle. We can, if we click on this, next thing in line would be brake release. Let's do that from our application. Hit the brake release. It is now running and it says normal here. We can change the operational mode from manual to automatic, for example. So it's now automatic. We can clear the operational mode, and we saw those updates down here in the operational mode. And we can send a message, like send a pop-up. Let's do test, hit the pop-up button. And this one is mainly used to know your coworkers. You can close the pop-up button. And now let's have a look at the right side. We can play, pause, stop, and shut down the robot. These play, pause, and stop obviously are for programs. And if we hit a protective stop, we can close the safety pop-up and unlock the protective stop. You can also send custom codes here if you wanted to, but only those that are available on the dashboard server. And I'll leave a link down below to the document that outlines exactly which commands you can send to the dashboard server. If you want to start fresh, you can clear this window, but let's move on to the primary server, which is the one where you can actually control all the things. Now we're going to head over to I/O, and because this is a simulated one, you want to go into simulation, because otherwise there's going to be some problem. You obviously won't have to do this on the real one if you have a real robot, but for this here, let's do that. So we connect with the same button. It is connected now, and right away we can see that some things jumped around here, and that is the analog output actually matches the one that is on the robot. And we can change if we want to have milliamps or volts. We can also change the slider here, and if we go to our robot we can do it the other way around, and also updates inside our app. We can control the outputs, and that shows up on the robot. If we have inputs, which we can't, we actually can simulate, they also show up on the application. I actually didn't know that. We have a button for starting the free drive and ending the free drive. That is very helpful on the actual robot if you want to quickly move somewhere. And if you're using script language, script, you will be very happy to use these windows here, because let's move the robot a bit. You can see that in here, the pose and the joints actually represent the correct values that are used right now. So you can just control, copy, paste this into your program, and you don't have to manually type those in. We can also control the speed slider at the bottom. You can see that working. And I have some commands set up here. If you want to send something custom that I didn't put, you can send that. Also, you can place an entire script in here. So for example, if I wanted to do def pop-up how does it go again? Let's say pop up message and then end this, and I can send the entire script, and hopefully that did send a pop-up. So you can send entire programs inside this right window. So let me just continue this. And that works just fine for quickly testing programs. So yeah, that's it for the program demonstration. I have the link down below for the repository if you want to check it out and test it. If you have questions and find bugs, please tell me so. Remember to use the primary server in the simulated robot. You have to actually switch it to simulation, otherwise the analog out sliders do not work. Obviously free drive you can only test with the real robot. That's it for this video. Have a great day, and I'll see you another time.